Hi, everybody. Well, that's actually not a terrible camera angle. I'm just testing this out. For future reference, call it. I'm putting one thread into this monochrome Christmas ornament. This is 3799. Hi, Katie. Thanks for popping in. Can you see and hear me okay? This is just a quick testing for future reference. If I actually do a live with stitching, I'll pick a project that has a little bit more interest than just one color. Hi, Kim. Oh, Katie says video and sound are good. Okay, excellent. I'm playing around here. I have this sort of gooseneck bendy contraption thing that I sometimes film with my phone, but I put the webcam in and it seems to be working out pretty well so far. And my daughter's off work today, so her and my husband just went off to, I think it was Home Depot they were going to go to because they have like bags of potting soil and stuff. My daughter wants to put a few small plants in her backyard. She's got a little rabbit and she likes to plant like, basil and mint and lettuce and things like that. I will also have to pick a project that I can actually see. This is 16 count, which I can just manage with my glasses on, but sometimes I have to take my glasses off and then I can't really see the chat that great. So it's kind of a sort of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other kind of deal. So all I'm going to do is do this one strand of floss and then I'm going to stop it. This was just a testing out kind of thing. I'm in the middle of doing a video for the see, then this is such a big project too. It doesn't really fit in there for the quilters challenge. So I can't really show you guys that right now. So I thought for coming up on Saturday, I would do a little cross stitch for the live. Because that I can show you and it doesn't really matter. And actually this Friday coming up is the next round of everybody's videos for the Quilters Challenge, Friday the 10th. Mine is a response at this point in time for the April video round. The challenge was done by Michelle of Bits and Pieces Quilting. So make sure you watch hers first. And I already uploaded my video for May. That's my challenge. That's ready to go. So what I'm working on right now is the June one, which you can't see right now. Although for all of those the people that have been around my channel for the last couple of years, as soon as I show the video, you will recognize it. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's kind of obvious. There. Sometimes I gotta lean it a funny way so I can see as well. Kim says, I got the last of my Hunter star blocks sewn together and pressed. Yahoo! Way to go, Kim. You've been working on that for a while. I bet it's fabulous. Oh, come on. Pattern Keeper's acting up on me now. Come on. Yeah, Mark. There we go. That's better. Okay. And one of my friends, I probably mentioned her before, Nicola, she told me how you can change colors on Pattern Keeper for monochrome. So I actually have the mock-up of the vintage sewing machine in blue now, because that's what I'm stitching with this. I actually changed Pattern Keeper for this too, but it doesn't really show that much because 3799 is not that much different than black. But I did it, and Pattern Keeper shows 3799 now. So there's those two. Hold on, does that look right? Hang on, glasses off, just checking. There we go. Oi, bah. All right. Those two down there. This part I'm working on right here. This is like, you know how ornaments have that little metal cap part thing? And then there's the ring? This is the little metal cap part thing. This is the edge of it right here. So I have to go to about there. And then the ornament itself starts coming out. This thing's going to be huge. You'll see it as I do it. KD sewed the first 50 curtain blocks into sets of 2. Awesome. That's good progress. Okay. There's those two. Now one goes down below it. Ouch. As I poke myself. One there. Yeah, I'll have to see. I was thinking of stitching on Yippee-Ki-Yay on Friday, which would be good because it's a nice bright blue fabric and there's a few different colors, but I'm going to have to kind of see what the light's doing as well. We got a couple of really nice days, and I actually have the blinds partly closed just because it's really bright out there. But it starts to cloud up a bit during the week, and if the light goes a bit off, it'll be harder to see. And which Yippee-Ki-Yay is stitched on 18 count, which is a little bit more difficult for my old eyeballs to see what I'm doing. But if you all bear with me and I only look at chat like a little bit, then it might work because I'm going to put my glasses back on to see chat. Oh, it's so fun getting old. All right, scoot that along a little bit. I'm sort of doing like a small section at a time just so I don't have to travel the thread a lot. It's starting to get more, like the stitches are more packed in as rather than scattered. It's really hard to get the full effect until like more of it is stitched. But I have seen one of these ornaments done. It's a different pattern on it. I think Monochrome Stitch Art has 3 different ornaments. This is ornament number 1. And one of the stitchers I know did ornament number 2. No, maybe it was 3. I can't remember. Anyway, it's stunning. You wouldn't think that one color would be like a huge thing, but it looks really good. I was shocked. You could do one of these all in red. Like, it would look really cool in almost any color. Like, you know, doesn't matter really. Like a slightly lighter gray, like, I don't know, 414 maybe. Would that be good too? Feels like that's a knot. Nope, it's okay. All right. Okay. 1, 2. Here, I'll back this out a little bit and see if I can show you Pattern Keeper. Do you see that? Kim says they're having cool but windy weather today, so I'm staying inside. Not taking chances with allergies. Yeah, good plan, Kim. we had a really nice Easter weekend. We had a bunch of company over, but we were doing a couple things outdoors. My husband mowed the front lawn. Our neighbor mowed his yesterday. But by about Thursday afternoon, it's going to cloud up. We're going to be raining again. So I'm sorry for wiggling. I actually have this gooseneck thing attached to the headboard of the bed. So it's not as stable, but it is the best angle I can probably manage because I'm sitting on the bed. Unfortunately, if I back this out really far, it kind of like disappears. So let me go. See, I'm doing right here. I'll go in a little bit more. Can you see that better? Hang on. I'm trying to, there. Like I'm doing this part right here. So let me go, hang on. If I go this way, maybe it work better. One sec here. View mockup. There we go. See what I mean? I'm doing this like the little metal doodad up here. So to stitch this in another color, I would probably do the ring hanger and the little metal doodad in like dark gray or something, and then the ornament in a color. Isn't it cool? I like the stream going through it with the trees. There's another one that looks like it's got like a little village on it. They're really cool. Monochrome stitch art is on Etsy. Ton of really cool patterns. There is a set of squirrels that I've seen done. Oh, hi, Authentic Queen Bee. And Kim's asking if you ever use metallic thread. I have used metallic thread a lot in the past, Kim, when I was doing those large angels and if you know, like from Mirabilia and Lavender and Lace, the really big angels with lots of beads and everything. And Miss Queen Bee, we rescued, well, it wasn't a puppy. He was almost 4 already. We've had him for nearly 2 years. Because somebody couldn't keep him, they had to move suddenly. So there's a group for that, like basically rehouses Bernese Mountain Dogs. So that's how we got him. He's the same age as Ferris, though. They're both going to be 6 this year. So let me go back to what I was doing so I can finish off my thread. And then I'll stop wasting your time. And have you watch boring stitching. Yeah, this is sort of going in like diagonal bands now, kind of. But I don't really have enough thread left to go that much farther. So we'll just do a little bit more. You can look back on my channel, Queen Bee, if you want. There's various videos of Ferris and Henry from different things over the last couple of years. We were camping. Most recently probably is January when my husband and my daughter drove into the mountains a little bit. We didn't actually have any snow here, but the surrounding area is a bit mountainous and higher elevation. So they drove off to find the snow for the boys to run around in. And my daughter took some video off her phone. Henry's a big lunkhead. He's lovely. He's a very sweet boy, but he's a big lunkhead. Which, I mean, Berners are kind of, they're not intellectual geniuses by any means. Okay, there's that one. I got that one. Hang on, I gotta make sure I'm marking correctly here. I'm gonna miss something. One sec. Okay, there's 4 there, yes, and that one's there. Okay, good. I think I'm going to go down this diagonal one. Just hang on one sec here. I'm changing my tactics to not travel as much. One sec. And I'll come back and that'll probably be it for this video because my thread's going to run out. There's 5 altogether in that row. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that one's got to go back from up top because otherwise I'll unthread it as I go. So for Friday, I'll look around in my project. And I will try to stitch something that is both interesting for you to see and big enough that I can see without my glasses, or with my glasses, I should say. If not, well, you'll have to bear with me as I go back and forth. The limits of my camera angle and my eyesight will allow me to do some things and not other things. There. That's going to be that. Okay, let's mark those off so I don't mess it up. There's those. Okay. I'm just going to finish on the back just because there's kind of a nice tidy line of stitches I can run it through. To keep it down, like so. Katie says, yeah, adopted pets are wonderful. My 17-year-old cat was a rescue. Wow, that's old. Yeah, I know cats can live a long time, though. Queen Bee says, Katie, what breed was yours? Wow, 17. Katie says, Rosie is Siberian. She has incredibly long hair as a big cat. Yeah, they're big cats, for sure. Have you guys seen that viral video of the cat that's going back and forth across the border? Queen Bee says, I'm sort of pensive about whether he would do well indoors. I've seen it all over the place. There's people that live in South Surrey along Zero Avenue, and that's the border. There's basically a ditch. That's the border. There's this cat named Louie. He's a big fluffy thing. And the whole thing is that he goes, there's a field right across with the ditch. So he jumps back and forth and he'll catch a mouse or something and he'll bring it back to the lady. So this whole shtick is this cat that's bringing stuff back and forth across the border. Oh my goodness. Well, one of the local Vancouver TV stations filmed it and put it on their YouTube channel. And there was a couple from Washington State, like local ones, that filmed it and put it on their YouTube channel. Oh, it's funny as anything. And the lady's just like, well, he's a cat. Like, you know, they don't follow the rules very well. Okay, so for anybody who cares about statistics, I don't know if you can see that very well. It's kind of, yeah, it's not really coming in terrific. Shoot. Okay, at any rate, in this whole project, there is 33,823 stitches. Yeah, see, and it's moving again just because, yeah, I'm sitting on the bed. I'm trying to sit still and not move, but okay. So I have stitched 382 stitches out of 33,823. And that is 1.13%. So there, you can see a little bit of what I'm working on. What's been stitched and what hasn't. You see how the stitches for the actual ornament start like spreading farther? Let's view PDF. Okay, down at the very bottom, there's a bunch of info. So let me just scroll down here. It gives you a page layout if you're going to print the pages. And it gives you sizing for different sizes of fabrics. Like 14 count, you need this size, 18 count. I'm actually doing 16 count on this, so mine's kind of in the middle. But you can see the design area is 354 stitches by 399. So this one's pretty big. I think that might be my biggest one. Yeah, the vintage sewing machine is only 15,579. But yeah, see, with the mock-up, it's blue now because I changed the color. Looks cool, huh? Halloween night is 40,000 stitches. Yippee-ki-yay is 6,661. And spooky season is 21,815. So they're big-ish, but not huge. Okay, so Katie says, phew, I'm not sure I would want to know how many stitches are needed. I don't usually pay attention to it too much. I just stitch it, but some people like stats, so I usually tell you because there's people that like it, right? Queen Bee says, the homeless cat looks to be a Highlander breed based upon my own research. Queen Bee says, Kelly, I'm seriously thinking about adopting the homeless cat. I've never owned a cat. Well, good for you. We're good with the 2 dogs, but who knows what'll happen in the future. Anyway, I got to go do a bit more paperwork and whatnot. So I think that was a reasonably successful camera angle. Obviously, I'll have to fiddle with it a little bit depending on what project I'm doing, but I think we can make this work for future reference. So I'm going to call it right now. Thank you to all of you who just joined me and for giving me feedback. I appreciate it. And we will see what happens down the road. Bye.